The greatest thing created by man is the U.S. Constitution. That's because it creates a system that maximizes for individual freedom with mechanisms to protect itself from tyrannical takeover. The Second Amendment is a check on the monopolization of force. The First Amendment is, in part, similarly intended to allow different parties equal access to information. However, modern information monopolies have largely subverted this intention. If you or I had a factually accurate and newsworthy piece of information, but the handful of corporations controlling the flow of information chose to suppress that information, it would go nowhere. If the story were not covered by the New York Times, CNN, NBC, or ABC, and then Twitter, Facebook, and Google started throttling access to any sources that were covering the story, most people would never hear about it. And of those people that did, many would think it was a likely false conspiracy theory. We can no longer rely on the news to deliver the news. We need a way to analyze the news and to dissect its false components. We need a Second Amendment for information. The five sheet is simple. When you have a news article, fill out the five sheet and only fill in the fields where you have something to say. When you're done, you have a record of the misinformation in that article, and, more importantly, you read that article in a more truthful way. You trained your subconscious to read past the manipulative tactics news writers use to get more clicks or to push a narrative. Most of the fields are self explanatory. You can watch some videos to see how I filled them out, or look at examples from other users. Once you get down to this question with the manipulation tactics, you can look at the glossary, and there will be a separate video explaining each term one by one. Any questions you have about the process can be left below, and I will be happy to answer each and every one of them. If you can point out a way to improve the five sheet, I will update it and give credit anywhere it is due. Not everyone will see the need for cutting through the falsity of news articles, but if some people do, they will have more informed discussions and an objective record to show the people they are having discussions with. That added value will encourage others in the discussion to fill out their own five sheets. This will snowball until a critical mass of people are not just reading the news, but are seeing what it actually says. And it only starts with a few people standing up and making a change.